evening and welcome to SAFC Fan TV. That was an echo then. And another edition of Thursday Night Live.
Phil, we're kind of
Phil, I can barely hear you.
Oh, what's the matter?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Can you hear me yet then?
Start again. Start again. Cut two. Take two. Start again.
When we actually put it live, we can.
Yeah, we'll edit that bit out. All right. So if you're watching now, just pretend you haven't seen the last 30 seconds. And good evening. Welcome to SAFC Fan TV and another edition of Thursday Night Live. Now that we've sorted our problems out. With myself, Philly, we have Jack Dodds, we have Michael Bowers, and we have the Mad Mistake. Missing tonight is Dino, who has got a new job. We told you about his new job, and he's just getting his body clock right because he's working nights, so he's a little bit tired. So he's in bed. And Jacob, he actually works as well now, and he's still at work. So it's down to the four of us. So it's nice and cozy anyway. Of course, we are live, which means you can join us via the live chat. And tonight we are especially looking for you to take part with any topics you would like us to discuss. So if there's anything you want us to have a chat about, stick it in the comments and we will do our best to sort that out. Already, we've got to say hello to Lauren Kenny. Chris Scott is there. Jack Dodds is in the comments as well.
And as well,
CONRAD Lee.
Wow.
Moderator.
And oh, there you go. He's got a spanner. He's got a spanner.
Yeah.
Our friend Tom Wallace is there. CONRAD Lee, our superb editor, and of course, Keisha Cameron, Jude, Anth Rivers, everybody, you're all in there. Thank you for joining us. I don't know where to start tonight. I suppose tomorrow is a Good Friday. Everybody off work apart from me. And Sunderland versus Oxford United. Is this going to be an easy game, an easy win? I mean, we're on a roll. Michael, what do you think?
No, it won't be an easy game. I mean, I feel like I say that every single week now, but I mean, Oxford's. I watched them when they beat Lincoln last week and should have won by more than 2-1. Completely battered them, and I think you know what Carl Robinson's like. I don't think we've ever had an easy game against a Carl Robinson managed side. If you want some random stats for you, I think we've won the last 2 games against them, but I think before then, every single league game had been like a 1-1 draw. Before then, so we've never beat. Okay, here's the stuff. We've never beaten them at the Stadium of Light since dropping into League One. Likewise, we haven't beaten Peterborough at London Road before since dropping into League One. So there's a curse for you to break, Sunderland. But
hang on, Michael. Can I say though, is this season not the season that we've broken every hoodoo?
Well, yeah, I was just about to mention that. Funnily enough,
sorry,
Very rude.
Sorry.
I know, honestly. Well, obviously, we've had the Fleetwood hoodoo broken, Burton hoodoo broken, Portsmouth away hoodoo broken, Wembley hoodoo broken, that idiot, Joey Barton hoodoo broken. Why not break these next 2?
Michael, can you say hoodoo again?
Hoodoo.
Like
anyway, yeah, it's without question, it's going to be a tough game. They're just below the playoffs, I believe, so they've got their own aspirations, but it's a big weekend. I mean, I know we'll get to talk about Peterborough more on Sunday night, obviously, but it's going to be a big game tomorrow. We've got to turn up. Especially when you look at, the other teams, Peterborough go to Fleetwood and Hull go to Crewe. Neither of them I would say on paper we've got the toughest game, but neither of them are particularly a walk in the park. Fleetwood, I think, are one of the most informed sides in the league, I think. So, yeah, it'll be tough, but if we're at it, there's no reason why we can't win the game.
Nice one. I've got to say we have actually improved Michael's internet. We've tried to upgrade him. We've just got to sort his crackly sound out, and then we'll be laughing. Carl Stewart on the chat says, "Here, lads, how are you all? We, Philly, Terry, and Michael, you're looking forward to this match. Have you done any training yet?" Well, I'll be honest, no. But we are booked in to play some five-a-side sort of the week after next. So we're going to start it there.
I've done some running, so if that counts as training, then yes.
Right, okay. Well, Michael has. So Michael's going to be star performer. Karen Monk, my wife on there, says Spannerman. That's referring to Jack Dodd's new blue spanner, which he's very happy with.
Spanner for a spanner.
Chris Scott says, good to see Jack on the show. Hope he's enjoying half-term holidays.
Very funny.
Yeah, probably. And Emma Wilson, Emma, who comes to the Wheat Sheaf a lot. Thanks for watching. Emma says, talk about how much of a pain in the arse it's been to renew the season tickets.
Karen knows all about that.
So we'll get we'll get to that. I mean, I've not heard anybody having a problem myself as yet. But on to you, Terry. The game tomorrow, Good Friday, Sunderland versus Oxford. We're on a roll. It's got to be 3 points, hasn't it? Easy win.
Hardest weekend of the season so far. Definitely the hardest weekend of the season. I'm really nervous and excited at the same time. I thought Oxford would be a really difficult game, but I look back at some of the matches they've been playing. The last 4 games have won 2 and lost 2. So it depends which Oxford turn up. Normally against Sunderland, they do turn up, apart from the last match when we beat them 2-0. But it's like I said, if we can come away with 4 points or 6 points over the Easter period, that is a really good performance, puts a stamp down on this league, and I really think we'll get promoted. But tomorrow's match against Carl Robinson's side, yes, it's Good Friday. Hopefully it's Good Friday. Good Sunderland Friday. Where I get Sunday from?
Friday.
Yeah, Sunday, Friday.
Friday, happy day.
Like, do you know what this is the only time in the whole of the calendar year that a Thursday replaces Friday. It's Friday, yeah. It's Saturday, Sunday. What? Because it's Good Friday and we all have work tomorrow.
Whoa,
Nobody's bothered about Waverley. Nobody's bothered about Waverley.
Whoa, me and Karen are not off work.
I think you two pretend you're at work. Pretend you're at work. The grafter's at work doing his business. But yes, Oxford, for me, we cannot lose this match. But I am very nervous, and I'm just hoping we can at least get a draw. But I want 3 points. I want to be greedy, get 3 points. I know last week's match wasn't brilliant against Bristol Rovers, and there was a couple of COVID scares, and they were at home for a few days. So hopefully this extra few days recovery, I'm hoping we'll see a different side tomorrow. And will some of the players come back into the fold? Will they be starting tomorrow? New faces on the bench we haven't seen for a few weeks. I'm just hoping that this is the season. This is the season. And I wanted to jump in before. Yeah, I wanted to jump in before when Michael said this is the season, because I wanted to say it to be jolly. Hopefully we'll get promoted.
I think you're a bit of a song.
Right then, quickly back to the chat. Richie Stubbs says tomorrow's Good Friday. Let's hope it's going to be a great Friday. Tom Wallace says debate for tonight. Players for next season: keep one, release one, buy one. That's a good one. We could do that. Who would you choose? And we've got to give a shout out to my mate Tony Lee. Is on there as well. Conrad says Michael's internet looking great. Thank you. Super chat. Yes, of course, the money we've had coming in from the super chat recently has so far been put towards Michael's internet, and fingers crossed so far he's looking super sexy Bowers tonight. There's a score prediction coming in from Luke Darby, says 3-0. Thane is saying 4 points minimum from the next 2 games. We'll get onto that in a bit. Jack Dodds, Sunderland versus Oxford United. Good Friday. It's an easy win, surely, isn't it? We're at home.
Not really, Phil. At 8th in the league, I don't think there's going to be any pushover. I mean, I'm relatively confident going into the game. Just when I spoke to the Oxford fan for the preview, said that the weaknesses tend to come at fullback. Actually, play it into our hands. We tend to, with Nagidi being so good, and hopefully Jones can come back in. We should absolutely terrorise the fullbacks if so. But Oxford have had a really funny season so far. I think they've lost 3 out of the last 5 games, but they don't seem to be improved as the seasons went on. So they're really, really inconsistent. It's just a weekend of massive games. Hopefully there's a few faces who can come back. I know Denver Hume played 75 minutes for the under-23s. Jordan Jones was reportedly had a 30% chance of featuring last time around. So hopefully that's 2 faces that can come in. Beatty Wright's been training this week. I think he has been reeled down. So hopefully we can see some of these new faces come back in for what is going to be quite possibly the biggest weekend we've had so far this season, if not, for years, because these next two games being Oxford and Peterborough, they're both challenges, and that will play Oxford 8th in the league. As Michael touched on, a side that we've struggled against in League One, another side that we seem to have a bit of a hoodoo against. And then Peterborough, of course, who are Peterborough, you don't need to explain how they're going to be a challenge. So I really hope that we can, like I say, British on the hoodoo, and it's going to be a tough game, but I do back us to win all the way.
But are you nervous, Jack?
Always nervous when Sunderland's playing, Phil. So
how nervous are you? Are you going to be on the toilet?
I'm always on the toilet, Phil. It's my favourite hobby.
Right, okay.
Moving swiftly on.
Very quickly on the chat, Jake Collinson says it's the Stuart Donald derby.
Yes.
So there you go. Think of it like that. I've got to say, I'm quite confident myself for tomorrow. I think we're on a roll. I'm almost positive, but I can't even see us losing a game now to the end of the season. I'm hoping that our new hashtag, which we'll just stick up there, of course, top by Easter, will come into play.
On the bandwagon,
and then hopefully we can just stay up there and start to pull clear, and so we're not having a squeaky bum time towards the end of the season. I'll tell you what, let's take some score predictions. I'm going to do it first because Terry always nicks my score prediction. So for me, I'm going for a nice, easy 3-0. That's what I'm saying. So 3-0 for me. Terry, what do you think? Score prediction?
2-0.
2-0.
Same as the reverse fixture, but it won't be as easy as that.
Right. Okay, then. So go to Dino. Oh, Dino's not on, is he? He's not on either. Michael, what do you think? Prediction?
To us, 1-0 Sunderland.
1-0. Maybe his internet's not as good as we thought it was. But 1-0. It's a win. We'll take that 3 points. Jack of the Dodds, what do you think? 2-0 as well going. So everybody's confident. Everybody's going for a clean sheet. I think the defensive
struggle with them.
Well, okay. My main prediction's 1-0, but if it's 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, as long as we get a win and not get any players injured or suspended, I'm happy.
Right, fair enough. Just very quickly, we've got 121 people on the stream at the moment. We got 40 likes. And we like to try and hit 100 likes on a Thursday night. Take your second to do so. If you just hit the thumbs up, give us a like. That will help us. If you're on a mobile device and you're in the live chat, just close the live chat, then you'll see the thumbs. Just hit the thumbs there. And let's see if we can get us up to 100. Don't forget, of course, we also have enabled the super chat. And as we say all the time, it is free to watch, free to enjoy, free to chat. All right. It is optional, the super chat. If you want to donate anything to the channel, all the funds go to creating better content and helping the channel grow. To do that, there's a little $sign at the bottom of the chat. You click on that. But bear in mind, it's set, I think, at $4.99. You do not, that's what it's set at, but we can't change that. So it can go down to 99p, as little as that, and up to whatever you want. And if you
79 pence.
I'm not sure. I thought it was 99, but anyway, it goes right then. So don't be fooled by it coming on at $4.99. If you want to make a donation on the super chat, that would be gratefully appreciated. But as we've said, it's free to chat all the time. Terry,
what was that question earlier on? Keep, lose, and sell.
I think he was saying get one, keep one player, buy one player, and
buy one player, right?
So, well, do you want to go? We'll do that if you want. It's Tom Wallace, friend of the show, came up with that. So, keep one, lose one, buy one for next season. He's on about. So, Jack, do you want to go first with that?
I'm going to cheat a little bit by saying keep, but I'm going to say Dion Sanderson. I know he's not technically our player, but I'm going to cheat with that one anyway. So I'd absolutely love to see us, keep him. Obviously, he's a fantastic defender, years and years above his age. I think he's 20 years old. He seems years older than that. He's just seems such a natural, composed leader at the back. And he's definitely above this level. So I think he's one of those players that can get better with years. For buy, I'm actually going to say Scott Fraser, who currently plays at MK Dons. He previously played for Burton Albion, and he was one of those players in the summer who was available on a free transfer, who I was screaming we should sign someone like him, centre midfielder, can create plenty of chances, can link up with forwards really well. Probably someone we miss at the moment. I think Max Power's really improved under Lee Johnson, but I don't see him as the player who can go forward and create loads of chances. I think if there's one area in the squad that we struggle with, it's goal contributions from centre midfield. We tend to, if we can't do it out wide across into the box, we tend to struggle quite a bit. So that's the one who I would say I would like to see us bring in above anyone else. It's, well, being realistic, of course, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo probably come first in that list. But in terms of getting rid of players, if I could choose one player to get rid of, funny enough, no one's actually coming to mind at the moment. Out of our current squad, there's got to be someone in there who... Remy Matthews! Peter's territory. There you go, Remy Matthews. Just provides absolutely no competition in goal. So there you go. There's my three, Tom.
Right, fair dues. We've got to give a big shout out to the Black Cat podcast. Donated £2. Hi lads, hope you had a good live stream tonight.
Thanks, brother.
Have a round of applause, please, for Carl at the Black Cat podcast. Donated £2. So thank you very much for that. Will help us grow the channel. So
Phil, I just say I think Carl's going live. I think at 9 o'clock. I think tonight. So massive thank you for the donation, Carl. Everyone go over and tune into that over on the Black Cat podcast.
Right, okay. Good one, Jack. So Black Cat podcast is going to be live at 9 o'clock tonight. Check out the channel and make sure you go over there and watch him and go and subscribe there. So thank you very much to the Black Cat podcast. Right, we've got more donations coming in as well. Just quickly, we'll do these while we're on them. We've got to say a massive big thank you to Kane Patrick Hobson. Donated £5. Round of applause.
Thank you, Kane.
Thank you.
And of course, we've got to give a shout out to here. Right now, this is the one. Jack,
what? Oh my God, that's incredible.
What?
Jack,
Tony Young.
Go on.
Tony Young, donation of £50 from the Guardians of the North fundraising page. Giving a shout out to massive shout out to the Guardians of the North page, especially the founder George Jones. That is Tom. That is absolutely incredible. A massive £50. That's going away.
Tony Young, honestly, thank you very much for that. Honestly, this will help to grow the channel. Don't forget, it is free. It's free to chat. You do not need to donate. If you do, it's a massive thank you, and it's gratefully appreciated. Thank you so much to anybody, each and every one of you who's done that. So thank you very much for the support.
Bill, when you said Jack
yes.
read it out. You said Jack Reed. I thought it was one of those names that was going to bait us. So I was reading every word with extra caution there.
Right.
He's learned his lesson, Jack.
So, Michael Bowers, you'll be good at this then. Keep one, lose one, buy one.
Are we allowed to name the same? Actually, no, go on. I'll try and be different from Jack's answers. Well, okay, keep one. I'm going to go with the other loan. Actually, no, I'll go Luke 09. Keep. I just think that man's contract's got to be sorted. Release one, but he's already said Remy Matthews. I can't say him. Difficult one. Okay, I'm assuming we go up. Grant Ledbetter as a player, but retain as a coach. So I'm kind of skirting around that. But if you want a different answer, then probably, I don't know, Callum McFadzean. Just because he's improved recently, but I think if Denver Hume's ahead of him, I just think Callum McFadzean's done all right recently. I think he'd get found out in the Championship. If we stayed in League One, then who knows? And buy one. Again, it obviously depends on. My answer would depend on what Sunderland's aim is if we were in the Championship next year. I would go with a striker called, is it Diédhiou from Bristol City? He looks like the type. Looks like he's got a bit of pace about him. I think he scored like 9-10 goals this season. But I get the impression. But he looks like, I think he's got a few assists, so he looks like someone who could contribute goals. I think contribute assists and contribute more to the team. But that's just me saying from an outsider, so I could be wrong. He probably will have worked with Lee Johnson before. And as much as I like Bristol City, sorry Charlie, I do think Sunderland is a step up in terms of club. It's a massive step up in terms of club. So so to recap, keep Luke O'Nien, let go McFadzean, and sign Diédhiou. There you go. The unrealistic answer, buy one, Sergio Aguero. His contract's running out at the end of the season, but I don't think we'll be able to afford that.
Well, KLD, he's got a pocket full of cash, hasn't he?
KLD, Tony Young, you never know.
Yeah. Terry, keep one, lose one, buy one.
Well, to lose one, I'm in the same boat as everybody else. Matthews is useless. Get rid of him and get another goalkeeper in, but I can't see him.
Terry, go with a different answer.
I'm going to go with Will Grigg. I'm going to make Will Grigg. Let's get rid of Weefley's top goal scorer of the season, Will Grigg.
All right. God.
Even if KLD gets 15 pence from, it's a bargain at this part of the season. Right. Keep Denver Hume, because obviously I can't say Luke O'Nien and whatever Jack said, Dion Sanderson. So we'll give Denver Hume a nice big juicy contract, keep him at the championship next season. And then buy, well, obviously if we're going to get promoted to the championship, I'm sure we can persuade Mr. Jones to stay at Sunderland. We'll purchase him off Rangers.
I'm sure, I'll just put it out there, I think Jordan Jones will be a Sunderland player next year, whatever league we're in.
Michael, I disagree with you. I think if we stay in League One, I cannot see him coming because he's attracting interest from Championship clubs. I cannot see him wanting to play for us when he can go and play in the Championship.
See, for me though, it depends. It depends what his role is going to be at Championship clubs. Though he's already, if Borough came in for him, for example, I could maybe agree because I know Borough's near enough the northeast. But I think he likes the north. I think is he from the northeast, isn't he?
He's from Redcar.
Yeah.
And everyone goes on about locations. I think that could play a factor in here, actually. So, you might be right. I don't know, but I think there's a good chance we can sign Jordan Jones, whatever league we're in. He's really out of favour at Rangers. I think he's probably never going to kick a ball there again. So, we'll see who's right. But I don't know. I wouldn't rule. Sign him whatever.
I'm very confident we'll go up anyway. I'm very confident we're going to go up anyway. But I think if we stay in League One, I think Jordan Jones will attract loads of interest in the Championship and. As much as financially KLD might be able to compete, you never know. How old's Jordan Jones? I think he's 27 or 28 now. You're playing the prime of your career. You want to play at the highest standard football possible. I think you go to the Championship. Don't get us wrong. I think we're going to go there. But if we happen to miss out, then I can't see him signing with us. Unfortunately, Michael.
Fair enough.
Right, fair dues. Just very.
I'm quite sure I heard Nick Barnes the other day say that Jordan Jones wants to come back and stay in the Northeast. I don't know how he knows that, but I'm sure he said something along the line somewhere.
That's what I mean then. So the only way I could see him turning Sunderland down to go to the Championship is if, say, Borough came in for him. That's the only way I could. Or, well, I suppose unless Newcastle come down, but I don't think Newcastle would want to sign Jordan Jones. So, but if you look at it that way, I don't know. That's just what I think. I might be wrong, but I think Jordan Jones will be a Sunderland player next season.
Just very quickly, I need to go to the chat. We've got more donations coming in here. Thank you very much. Mel Lacey has donated $19.99. Come on, a round of applause for Mel. Thank you very, very much for that. Don't forget, this. We are not charging you to join the chat. It is free. People who want to make donations, honestly, it is gratefully accepted and it will help us grow our channel. So thank you very much to Mel Lacey. And also we got another £2 coming from the Black Cat podcast for Michael to give us a yeah, baby. Philly, give us a woo. So Michael,
fine.
give us a yeah. Go on then.
I'll do it in a Batman voice. Yeah, baby. There you go.
Scary.
There you go.
Imagine on a dark room with the curtains closed.
This sounds like
Philly give us a woo, apparently.
Really disturbing fan fiction. Just don't go there.
Michael talk
It's
all
all right. I know. It's all right. Michael, you talk all over me, woo.
Sure, that's fine. No worries.
Obviously, we'll upgrade your internet again. Woohoo! There you go. That's for Carl. And thanks for the donation. Thank you very much. Back on the chat. Where we are, Jack saying, cracking idea, Tom Wallace made, great debate. Different people coming in here. Thane is saying he would keep Wyke, buy Jones, sell Grigg. So there's a few different ones coming in there. I hope you're not going to...
Go on, Phil.
What was that, Jack? Go on, sorry.
I think there's an interesting debate off what the back of Thane said there, keeping Wyke. I mean, just something I can put forward. I mean, feel free to let us know if you think it's a rubbish idea. But do you think Wyke could cut it in the Championship if we were to get promoted?
See, again, it depends on what your aim is. If your aim is to consolidate, he could do a job maybe coming off the bench. But I do think that if he's... Well, it depends. Again, it depends what KLD's and the club's ambition is. I mean, I know obviously the long-term ambitions get back where we belong, which is the Premier League. But in the short term, again, assuming next season we are in the Championship, what do you guys think our aim would be? It's so for Charlie Wyke, he might be worth giving a new contract just to try and sell. And if it doesn't work in the Championship, then there's a host of League One clubs who'd buy him. So he's worth giving a new contract to for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would nail down his contract regardless, because even if we do go up, you get League One clubs after the season just had chomping at the bit to get him in, and at the very least, he can make money from him. Because I think his contract's up at the end of the season. One of the worst things we could do is if he was to go for free, regardless of whether we go up or whether we stay in this league. But it's just an interesting thought. I'm not very confident that he will be very good in the Championship. Now, I say that as someone who I think he's scored 27 goals in all competitions so far this season, and we've still got, 10 games remaining, and I'm aware that to some people that might sound really daft. But I just think it's taken us to find this really, really, really specific formula to get him working, and that's to have a strike partner, someone to do his dog work for him, and someone to create chances, literally putting it right on his head. And Ian McGeady, it's took him 2 seasons to actually get any good. I just, as much as if we go to the Championship, you kind of want to reward the hard work he's put in, and it would be a really hard thing to do. I'm not confident he would do a really good job in the Championship. I don't think that. I think
you can definitely tell he's a League One player, can't you?
Yeah, I think League One centre backs are far too prone to mistakes, more so than Championship players, to replicate that same form without any questions asked.
Right. Before we throw this over to Terry, then Mark Rodham on the chat says. Channel is great. Started off from passively watching at the start and now not wanting to miss a Thursday and a Sunday show. Thank you very much, Mark, for tuning in. But don't forget, we also do live streams for the matches. Our cracking commentary team with Michael, Jack and Dino do a fantastic job. And, of course, the Mad Mistake on his own channel.
The three-way bromance.
Does that as well.
Without doubt.
Terry, Charlie Wyke, then, do you think he can cut it in the Championship, providing we go up, obviously?
Oh, I wish he had a bit more pace. If he had a bit more pace, I'd probably say yes, because sometimes a player just comes out of nowhere, a late bloomer. Look at Mr. Reg Vardy there, Mr. Jamie Vardy's come from nowhere. Look what he's done from non-league all the way to Leicester. So I wish he had a bit more pace, but he deserves his opportunity. He deserves another contract. Nail him down, like the lads say, and then we'll know by Christmas next season whether he's hacking it in the Championship. And that's when a lot of teams, will pay over the odds for a striker at Christmas time. And we could probably sell him very comfortably and easy to the lower leagues, lower end of the Championship or in League One. But yeah, I think he deserves his chance. There's no reason. It would do us no harm. You wouldn't be spending a fortune giving another contract.
Yeah, fair enough. Just before I go to you, Michael, because you weren't in there, Mick Griffiths says he's only got a couple of minutes left watching. He'll catch the rest of the show in the morning. He's saying 2-0, his prediction for tomorrow. Michael, you was wanting to jump in there anytime. 2 things.
Before I forget, I promised I would give a shout out to Casey Cameron Jude. Just someone who religiously watches the content and is very supportive. So Thanks very much. Support, honestly, it doesn't go unnoticed. It's very much appreciated. The second thing was, again, I think Wyke in the Championship could be good enough to come off the bench when you're winning a game to try and just win niggly free kicks and all that. But when you look at Wyke technically as a player, well, not recently. Recently, he's not done it as much. But yeah, historically, he has given quite a lot of free kicks away. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Wyke, I think technically is a League One footballer. Now, I know that might sound like daft and obvious because he's in League One, but I mean, like if you look at the quality of opposition in League One as opposed to the Championship, maybe not the bottom 5 or 6, but like in general, the teams that if we went up, the teams we're going to be competing against next season, like Jack said, the centre backs are a lot better. Their decision making will be a lot better. They're not going to make us anywhere near as many mistakes, and that's where I think Wyke has done brilliantly. Don't get me wrong, but he has benefited off the centre backs in this league being well below par in terms of like concentration. So again, like I said, I think that if you could, well, that's a funny one. What Terry said actually, where if you give him a 2-3 year contract, whatever it is, and then midway through next season you've already decided he isn't good enough, sell him in January, because I bet you bottom dollar there'll be teams in League One that be willing to pay over the odds in what is already a stupid window anyway. Heck, we pay $3 million for Will bloody Grigg, so there you go. That tells you its own story.
Hang on. That's a funny one. What Terry said. Terry's never said anything funny in his life.
Well, he hasn't said anything funny. Just go and watch the Sunday lunch after the cup final. He was wasted, so he was funny on video.
that was funny, my guy.
Yeah, he was. He was well gone. Michael Frank says, "Is Jordan Jones fit?" Yeah.
That was my brother.
Is Jordan Jones fit? And Jack's saying he's in contention. We got 140
reported 30% chance of featuring against Bristol Rovers. So another week on, you would think that means he should be right. Fit enough.
138 people now watching the stream. We've got 89 likes, 1 dislike, but we do like to get to 100. So just hit the thumbs up. We only need another 11 people there, and let's get us to 100. And while we're on, again, we do appreciate everybody watching. And don't forget, there are other Sunderland YouTube channels out there who are equally as good. If you want to go and tune in and make sure you watch those as well. Jack, you're wanting in?
Yeah, just a comment on the live chat. Dean SAFC kind of said what I was trying to say, saying Wyke's goals depend on the service he gets. I think that's almost entirely Charlie Wyke. I don't really think he can create his own chances. And I think in the Championship, especially for a side like ourselves, where at the first time of asking, unless we have an entire squad revamp, we aren't going to be challenging towards the top half of the table. Well, the top part of the league. You are going to have to, at some point, create your own chances, and Charlie Wyke can't do that. And I think he relies heavily on having other players around him to do the hard work side of it as well. Not for a want of try, and more for a want of, I don't think you can cover as many responsibilities. You get the best out of Charlie Wyke when you've got plenty of players around him to do other work, running the channels, getting deep, pressing players, so he can just kind of focus on scoring goals and picking up good areas in the box. One touch Charlie Wyke, he's picked up the nickname. So I think Dean SAFC puts that quite well, and he says he scores depend on the service, but as well as that, I think it's the players around him, and I don't quite think we'll be able to accommodate to that extent in the Championship.
Right, just very quickly, I want to go to the chat. Thane says that's twice now Terry's took the words right out of his mouth. Good name for a song, that. And also on the chat, Jeff Holcroft says, "I'm getting freaked at the speed of Bauer's internet." So he's fairly smooth there. Just quickly for me then, with Charlie Wyke, right? Let's say we're going to get promoted to the Championship, and is Charlie Wyke going to be good enough? I don't think he is going to be, and purely because it's that thing again. I mean, it's like the start of this season. I thought, he's not going to cut it. Get your money on Will Grigg. That was a mistake. It's proved me wrong, and I'm happy to hold my hands up, and say got it wrong. But I just think it'll be a step up too far. I think the Championship, I hope I'm wrong. If we keep him, I hope to God I'm wrong, and he does the same again, sets the Championship on fire. But I just can't see it. Terry, was you wanting in there?
Yeah. The only negative doubt I have is that I don't see KLD wanting to get promoted to the Championship to linger in the bottom end of the table. I think he'll want to be in mid to top of the end of the table next season, the Championship, because he has the funds to buy the players and to do it. He has the manager in place for me. So I don't think he's going to be wanting to sit in the bottom end of the table next season. So we do need to improve with the quality.
You're getting Phil excited here.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is what he's got a 5-year plan. I think we're going to be like sort of mid-table next season and then go for the playoffs the season after. We might even, if we get promoted, if we get promoted this season, I think he'll want to be mid to top end of the table next season. At worst, mid-table.
Terry, I love hearing you speak like that. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit excited, honestly. That's what I like to hear. And I love to think that we're not just going to go up and we're not just going to sort of like sit and be comfortable. We're going to actually go for it. And I think you're dead right in what you say. Michael?
Spot on. I think that say Sunderland do go. Let's say, for example, if it was Sunderland, let's say if just for argument's sake, Sunderland, Peterborough finish the top two and, I don't know, Blackpool win the playoffs or something daft like that. Sunderland should be at a level where we're not just in the Championship to make it. They shouldn't be like this in the Premier League, really. But in the Championship especially, we shouldn't be there just to make up the numbers. We should be viewed as and I think we would be viewed still as one of the biggest clubs in that league by quite some distance, actually. I know Sheffield United are a fairly big club. Obviously, as much as I hate to admit it, if Newcastle came down, people will see them that way. But if you look, just say the current bottom three came down, Sheffield United, West Brom and Fulham, and say, again, Peterborough and Blackpool, or whoever comes up with us, if we did get it promoted, I think we'd be the biggest club in that league. I really do. And I think, while I wouldn't expect to be in near the playoffs. I wouldn't expect to be challenging for promotion straight away. But I would like to. I agree with Terry. I think that we should be aiming for at least comfortably avoiding a relegation battle and really trying to develop and progress the style of football that we're going to try and do while upgrading the quality of the squad at the same time. So, because ultimately, if we did get promoted, we've got to turn what is essentially a League One squad into a highly competitive Championship side. And I would back Lee Johnson to get the players to do that. And I think he would get fairly backed. Like I said, it just all depends. Like, put it this way, Sunderland aren't just going to go to the Championship and think, right, this is our level. We're happy being in the Championship. No, we're going to go up and want to try and ultimately go up again to get back to where this club, the stadium size, the fan base, the everything, the Category 1 academy, the facilities, league material. I don't care what anyone says. We should be viewed as an extremely attractive proposition in that division, regardless of what our own aim is or what we think as fans or whatever it is. And hopefully, if we get promoted, especially fans being allowed to go back into the Stadium of Light as well next season. Imagine it. Just imagine the scenes in that ground.
Right, okay. I'll come to you in a sec, Terry, because I know you're wanting in there. Just want to say a massive thank you. We've got 104 likes already. We'd just like to hit 100 on a Thursday. So thank you very much if you've hit the thumbs up. Acacia Cameron Jude on the chat says, we're not a big club, Michael. So there's a debate for you. Sorry, you're wanted in there.
Your opinion much.
I wonder if I'm the only Sunderland fan that doesn't want Newcastle to go down. And here's my reason why. Because the Premier League have blocked the takeover by the biggest owners in the world to buy a football club.
Yeah, I think I know what you're going to say.
Now, rumours are, if Newcastle get relegated, the EFL won't stand in their way. I don't know if that's true or not. Now, if that's the case, that's going to make them go a lot bigger and forward than we could actually compete with. So to be fair, I'm happy for them to stay in the Premier League at the lower end of the Premier League for a few more seasons till we build ourselves up and come back to the force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, that's a fair point. My wife trying to be funny again there with you, Michael, but I'll explain that to you when you...
I've seen that, yeah.
Right, okay, so Oxford tomorrow, Good Friday, when you eat your fish and chips and all that, right? Peterborough on Monday. So I don't want to go too much into the Peterborough game because we'll do that on Sunday when we do the Sunday bunch. But what I want to ask each of you, how many points will you be happy with over those two games? You know, I mean, what would please you? How many points will keep you happy, Jack?
If anyone who doesn't say 6 is going to get screamed at. in all honesty, I think if we beat Oxford and we beat our other remaining games, I would take a point against Peterborough. While it will be a huge chance, it is a 6 point against Peterborough to gain an advantage on them. If we can win our other remaining games, I will take a point against Peterborough because they scored 7 goals the other week. They aren't going to come. They aren't going to come and make it easy for us. So I would take 4 points, and I think that will be a win against Oxford and a draw against Peterborough.
Right, just very quickly, there's lots of people joining in on the chat. Alan Carr says 6 points. Jeff Holcroft 4, Anthony Perth 4, Matt Seymour 4, Andrew Robbins, the serial online shopper, 4 points he would take. Neil Thompson saying 4 points as well, so that seems to be the norm. Somebody else on there, when I find it, said Neil Thompson said, well said, mad mistake. That was on your comment about Newcastle coming down or staying up. So Terry, how many points would you take over these next two games?
Well, someone just took the words right out of my mouth. Right, me head saying that I've got a horrible feeling we're going to lose one of these 2 matches. My heart's saying we're going to win both of the matches. So I'm going to go piggy in the middle, and I'm going to go for 4 points.
Right. Okay. So you're sitting on the fence, Michael. What do you think? 6, 4,
out of
3,
out
1,
of these two,
none?
Yeah, out of these 2 games, yeah. Out of these 2 games, I'd take 5 points.
Oh, Michael, how have you come up with that one?
I was waiting to see if someone clicked onto that. Okay. In all seriousness, yeah, I think 4 points out of these 2 is a decent return. Obviously 6. I want 6. I think 6 would be fantastic, but realistically, I can't see Sunderland getting 6 points from these 2 games. But if we were to get 4 points, I would much rather the draw was tomorrow and beat Peterborough on Monday. Personally. As long as say Peterborough obviously drop points tomorrow at Fleetwood. It is a funny one because the all Sunderland really have to do for the rest of the season if they want to get into the top 2 is continue at a respectable rate for the last 10 games. So if you maintain 2 points per, say for example we maintain 2 points per game for the rest of the season, that gets us a minimum of 20 points. 20 points will have us finish on 87. I can't see 87. I can't see us needing more than 87 to even possibly win the league, let alone finish in the top 2.
Well,
so
if you were,
I think
hang on, if you want to carry on with all the rest of my topics, I was going to go into and all that, then you can. All I want is 4 or 6 without
fine.
you ruining my next question.
Anyway, I'll say that anyway. So if we're going to continue points per game, all right, 4 points. But if obviously you can't cherry pick the scores, but if I was able to, if we got 4 points, I'd rather we drew tomorrow.
But you'd prefer the joy of 6. Terry, you're trying to get in there.
You go first, Phil. I'll come back in with a question for you all.
Right. Okay then. Well, I mean,
I could hear Gaza in the background.
Oh God, I don't know what. Don't ask because I just don't know. For me, I mean, I've said I don't think we'll lose another game all season. I think but I'm not. I don't think that we're going to win every game. Karen? What are you doing? But I don't think we'll. I don't think we'll win.
She's laughing at you saying we're not going to win every game. That's what.
So.
Hooray.
I'll go for the 3 points tomorrow, and I'll be well happy with a point at Peterborough, to be honest. Right, Terry, you was one to jump in there.
I'm going to ask a really stupid question, right? Some people might think it's stupid. Some people might think it's not stupid, right? We have only lost 5 games all season. The next team after that's 10 games. If at the worst situation over the weekend, would you rather win one, lose one, or draw both?
Well, win one, lose one, obviously.
Some people don't like losing.
I'd say win one. I'd say win one, lose one if we beat Peterborough.
No, listen, I would gladly. I mean, I've said I don't think we'll lose another game all season, but But no, I'm not bothered. If we lost, I'm not bothered about being wrong, right? I'd rather win one and lose one and get the 4 points there, obviously. And if the results go our way, Nicholas Smith.
You do know if you win one and lose one, you only get 3 points, right?
Or did I say win one and lose one? Yeah. Well, I was just making sure you're all awake.
You said win one and lose one for 4 points.
Yeah. No, I like to throw these little testers in for you to make sure you're paying attention. And well done, Michael Bowers. You've passed the test. Well done. Yeah.
See,
well done there.
I would rather win the first game. I'd rather beat Oxford tomorrow and then take my chances against Peterborough than lose Oxford and beat Peterborough. Is that weird?
But you see, losing tomorrow.
I'd say that is weird because Peterborough are right around us. Oxford are 2. Even if Oxford beat us, I couldn't see them catching us up anyway. Peterborough's a massive game if we can beat them. Even if we lost tomorrow, even if you lost tomorrow and Peterborough beat Fleetwood, you're only what is it? So 5 points behind them. If you then beat them, that gap's 2 points again. It depends. If Peterborough lost tomorrow and we won, then losing to Peterborough wouldn't be as disastrous.
See, if we lose tomorrow, that means we have to beat Peterborough. But if we win tomorrow, we can still beat Peterborough.
Why is everybody even talking about losing, man? We're on the best roll. We're brilliant. Honestly.
Because we're not playing very well.
Sure, but that makes it all the more. I mean, we must be due a good performance because you're right. I mean, they've been a hard watch these last few games. They really have.
Only because Jordan Jones hasn't been in the team.
Do you reckon that's the difference?
Because that Peterborough Portsmouth game, it was awesome.
Well, he's apparently going to be in the squad tomorrow. So there you go.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Well, what I want to do then, I want to also ask. I'll tell you what. I'll chuck this in quickly because it won't be relevant next week. Was announced this week that the footbridge has been given the green light across the weir to the Volk site to the ground. Will that benefit any of you, Terry?
No.
Do you normally drink? You normally drink that side of the water anyway, do you?
Well, I always come from the 690 anyway, so.
So it wouldn't anyway. Michael,
no,
would that open the town up for you?
Doesn't overly affect me that much, but if it helps other people, fair enough.
Oh, it's funny because I got a little bit excited about it myself. Jack, would it affect you?
I don't know because my couple hours before match day are different every week, depending on where my refereeing games are at. Sometimes I'm back with a little bit of time to spare. Sometimes I'm dashing. Sometimes I'm coming from all different directions. So
I thought you were going to say you were at college.
I mean,
Saturday morning, Michael.
I mean, I must admit, I was.
Yeah, we never know. You could be having to do some catch up work.
No, you never know, Michael. I mean, I think it'd be a positive thing anyway because it'll just split up the traffic regardless. But you know what it's right, and this sounds a bit, I don't know, cheesy, but there's something about the walk over the bridge that just can't be changed from a match day routine. We've all got our little match day ritual. Well, some of us have a match day ritual.
No, I agree.
It's just walking over the bridge. I don't know. It completes the match day experience for me.
Right. Well, fair enough. Alan Hopper says it'll be completed 2023, and I must admit there's been talks of this bridge over there for years and years, and I thought when I worked in Idols, I thought, please let this bridge be built because you'd have got Idols, then you'd have gone out over the bridge, and you was literally 5 minutes away from the ground. It would have been great. So I know when I've worked in different venues over that side of the water, I thought that footbridge would have been a massive help to me doing my job. And now that I'm over at the Wyke Chief, quick cheeky plug for the Wyke Chief, of course, pre-match games, you can catch us in there. You think, could more people now go drinking?
You've got some very exciting songs coming, haven't you, Phil?
Could more people now start drinking in the town and then get to and then get to the ground over the bridge. And will that then affect the wheat sheaf? I don't think so, because everybody's over that side anyway. So I think we'll still do all right. Terry, you want to jump in there quick?
I've just realised what you're talking about. It's a great idea. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yes.
I had no idea what you were talking about before.
Oh, right. Well, never mind.
I thought Kazza said she wasn't going to be on, and yet she spent half the time laughing at the content.
Yeah, I know. Well, she's easily pleased, man. She's laughed at my crap jokes for 30 years. Right. What I will say about it, though, there's oh god, shut up, man. There's a bridge.
Kazza, get on camera, man.
There's a bridge at Wigan, right? And you come out of Wigan's ground and you go to the car park, and there's this bridge, and there's a hell of a bottleneck what that causes. Now I know ours looks like it's going to be a lot wider than what theirs is, but I imagine when everybody comes out of the ground, it could create a massive bottleneck getting onto it. But hey-ho, I mean, I'm
sure these things will have been thought of, Phil.
I'm sure they are, and I'm pleased that Terry is excited at the thought of it as well.
I like bridges.
He now knows what. Now he knows what we're talking about. Yeah, Michael Bridges. Right, okay. What I wanted to ask you then, and Michael did touch on this, where we said, what is the magical points number to go up then? Now, what is that number you think we need to go up? I'm not on about winning the league. I'm just on about that figure we've got to get to, to guarantee a top 2 place. So I'll throw it around to you. I mean, what we got? We got 10 games left. I'm going to have to bring the league up here. 10 games left. I'm sure Stato will already have it in front of him anyway. So if we start with Michael, he can give.
All right, hold on.
Oh, he did
90 points.
Well, I
want 90 points.
Do you think you need 90 points to finish in the? Do you think we need to finish 90 points to finish in the top 2?
I just want 90 points.
So what? Another 20? What are we on? 67.
How many points can we? I mean, yeah.
There's 30 up for grabs.
We're on 67 points in third. Yeah, okay. So, well, put it this way. I'd love to finish on 97 points, but that's not going to happen. At least I don't think it is anyway. Well, we're on 67 points now. We've got a game in hand on Peterborough, who are on 69 points, and 2 games in hand on Hull, who are on 70 points. So, I honestly, bearing in mind, you've got to look at every. I mean, I know you could argue the run-ins are irrelevant, but if you look at I'll tell you, Peterborough's last 5 games, if I'm right, are Gillingham, Charlton, Doncaster, Lincoln, and Doncaster again. So those last 5 games, they've got a team that's in 6th, 4th, 8th twice, and 10th. Bearing in mind, Doncaster and Charlton only just a couple of points below the playoffs. They've also still got to go to Fleetwood, who I think is one of the better. Is it the 2nd or 3rd most formed team in the league? Something like that at the moment in the last 5 or 6 games. And then obviously they've got us. Then they've got to play, I think, Swindon and Northampton, so you'd expect them to get 6 points there. Hull have still got, I think Hull's last 4 are against us, Lincoln, Charlton's included in that as well. So out of 30, I think, is this just to finish in the top 2, did you say?
Yeah, just for top 2. Guaranteed promotion.
Between 85 to 87 points, maybe even less. It depends. I don't think Hull or Peterborough are going to be as consistent as that. So it's just a matter of making sure we drop points the least out of the lot of us.
Right. So you're saying 85 points. So what? 18 points. So that's only what 6. So 6 more wins. You think will get us promoted?
Yeah, and I think we're capable of that. I've said I think if you get 6 wins and 2 draws out of 10 games, you can afford to lose 2, and I think we're capable of doing that as it stands anyway.
Right. So, I mean, in theory, we could win tomorrow, win on Monday, and then, in your eyes, just 4 wins away from from
up by the next hashtag days.
yeah. No, it's just hashtag up by Easter.
Up by
right,
end of April.
Well, I like the sound of that, Michael.
I've got the same ringo, Michael. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Terry?
Fine, up by May.
How many points did you say we're on? Just say now 67 points.
We're on 67 points.
We're on 67 points now with 10 games left to play. Sorry, Phil.
We'll get another 23 points. We'll win 7. We'll draw 2, and we've lost 1. 90 points.
90 points.
Okay,
is that what you think?
Just out of interest, then, you say we'll lose 1. You say we're going to lose 1. Is there any hunch on who that's going to be against?
I've got a horrible feeling against Peterborough, but I don't want to be too negative.
Right. Well, when you say 90 points, though, Terry, I know that's what you think we'll get. I'm saying, what do you think it'll take, though? Are you saying it'll take 90 points to finish top 2? Is that what you're saying?
What's the minimum we need to get in the top 2, basically?
Well, he's thinking he's saying 90 points. That's what he's saying. He thinks we need.
I'm telling you, I do not think it's going to be 90 points. I don't think you're going to need anywhere near that much.
Well, it's all about
anywhere near,
isn't it, Michael?
Anywhere near, yeah. Well, yeah,
wrong. Michael's not. I'm nearly always wrong, so I kind of like sort of. Michael's got a better brain than me, but I'll go with 90 points then. Still. We're not going to win 10 games, man, are we?
No, we're not.
Jack Dodds, top referee. What do you reckon?
Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. 22 points, I reckon. I'll be waiting to see that. No, 22 points, I reckon we should do, which would be 7 wins and a draw, which would, of course, allow us to lose 2 games, which I don't want to see. Obviously, I want us to win every single game, but I think if we get 22 points, we can guarantee ourselves to finish in the top 2, and that'll probably be enough to win the league as well. But I'm not really bothered with finishing in the top spot to make second.
So 89 points, you're saying? I think I'm probably inclined to go with what Michael says, even less. You know what I mean? I think.
You know what it is, Phil? I know it's a different season, but our very first season in League One, which was the only time that we've been in League One, we've had a full season because obviously last season was ended early. Barnsley, who finished in second, got 91 points. Now I'm saying we're going to get 89. To see we're going to get even less than that. I know it's a different season, of course. Context is everything, but just to look back at previously what it takes to get out of League One, that's only one example. You could go back other seasons and it could be less than that. Of course, I haven't looked into this into too much detail, but that's playing on my mind a little bit. Is that you would have needed 91 points to get promoted in our first season? Yeah,
but it all depends on. See, you've got to say. I mean, I'm not wanting to tempt fate or anything, but you've got to say it's a 3-horse race at the moment. Now, if one of those teams, right, drop off, then for going up, I think the points then drop. Michael?
That might not happen though. You know, Hull and Peterborough could go on and win just about every game at the end of the season.
It might. If there's 3 in it to the end, then you know inevitably you're going to need more points to finish top 2. Michael, you're wanting to jump in there.
There's two things. First of all, yes, I do get what Jack's saying. But this season is way different to a lot of other teams. That's why you see so many. Look in the Premier League as an example. That the behind closed doors factor is why you see so many bonkers score lines. Would Liverpool lose at home to Burnley and Brighton if there were fans there? I'm not saying that's an excuse, by the way, because they shouldn't be losing those games anyway. But the context is everything there. That's why I think if there were fans in the ground and the table as it is right now, I would agree with Jack. I think would need a bit more than that. But I think without fans in the ground, I honestly think that is going to be a factor into it. The second thing is. Yes, the points tally for me, I've said 85 to 87 points. That points tally could be even less if we do well against Hull and Peterborough. If we beat both of them, it might even be less than that. It just all depends. Like I said, Peterborough. If you look at the two teams, I agree with Phil. I think it's a 3-horse race. I think Lincoln are getting quite a few injuries now, and I don't see. Well, hopefully. Touch wood. I don't see Sunderland finishing below Lincoln now. I think we're going to get enough points to finish to be comfortably above Lincoln. But at the same time, the fact you're in a 3-horse race now, Hull and Peterborough, all you've got to do is just finish above one of those two teams. You don't have to finish above both of them. It doesn't matter who it is. Just finish above one of them. That's it.
Right, just very quickly, Michael, because I want to see if we can get this guy back on the chat before he does. Forever Football, PUFC, obviously Peterborough United fan there says you won't win all 10, you will draw with Hull. Right. So what I'd like to know, Forever Football, PUFC, in the chat, obviously a Peterborough fan, can you tell us what you think? The result's going to be on Monday when we play you lot. I mean, are you confident for a win, or is it a draw, or do you think that we stand a good chance of beating you? So quickly, because we're just about to go, you can chuck that in the chat. That would be interesting to find out. We are just about up. There are other things we're going to ask, but we can do those. We can do those on Sunday. Listen, lads, it's been a good one. We've enjoyed that. Thank you very much to everybody who's contributed in the chat. Thank you very much to all the ones who've donated on the super chat. Round of applause to all of you, and a special thank you to Tony Young, who chucked 50 quid our way. So a massive thank you to you lot for that.
Incredible.
We will be back tomorrow. We are live from 2:30 when Jack, Michael, and Dino will be on the channel to do our live stream.
If Dino's adjusted to his sleeping pattern,
he will do. I'm
sure. Might be still asleep.
So it's Sunderland versus Oxford. Join us for that live tomorrow. It's a great stream. And we will be back then also on Sunday, Easter Sunday, with our Easter eggs for an Easter edition of the Sunday Bunch. And we'll look forward to the Bank Holiday Monday game at Peterborough. So thank you very much for joining us. And I want to say good night from myself, wee Philly, from Jack Dodds, from The Mad Mistake, and from super sexy Michael Bowers. We'll see you. Yeah, well, we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow with the lads on the live stream. See you then. Bye-bye.